What's going on, y'all? This your boy 1080G. This is the Unfocused and Focused Podcast. We are back once again. We got the boy Tastro in the building.
What up?
Yes, sir. Happy Money Making Monday. We back at it again. How's your week started so far, man? It's only one day in, but how you feeling about the week? Did you set the tone?
I set the tone by making sure I got some adequate rest. So
okay,
yeah.
Ain't
so because I know, like, when I get up, I hit the ground running. So today I was able to get some rest because I know this is gonna be a busy week. So yeah, I'm ready for this money making week, man. Fuck a money making Monday, making week, man.
Shoot, the week, the month, the year,
the decade,
that's
the century.
Yeah, that's how we supposed to do it. But yeah, I'm feeling good because today I pretty much started a new project at Taco Mac. You know, I've been talking about that. That's a new opportunity that I received recently. You know, a major blessing. But I started a new project that it just opening
doors for you.
One door open up, another door. You know, that's the best way I could put it.
Right.
You know, so I'm feeling good. And this opportunity came at the right time. Because, my girl, she's like what you call them, the travel-nistas? What's the word for with it?
Travel-nista?
I just made that word up.
Yeah, it sounds like some shit you just made up.
No, she just likes to travel. You know, she just like, you know, she ready to go. She like, oh, so-and-so is going on in Cabo. Flight booked. Like, you coming? Like, what's up?
Yeah.
And it's just like, damn, like, I typically, you know, I stay locked in for the most part. So I don't know, when I travel sometimes I get anxiety because I'm like, I want to, you know, it's like we just partying and, you know, drinking and clubbing. It's just like, I want to get back to the money. You trying
to work. That's what you're trying to do.
Productive.
You're trying to work, man. That's all that boils down to.
Because it's a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got a new opportunity, and it's gonna allow me to keep up with that type of movement.
Nice. Okay.
You know, it's gonna allow me to keep up with that type of movement. You know, probably still nowhere near as much as her, but I can at least go on the next trip.
Bro, you getting corporate contracts, bro. That's a big deal, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a franchise business that has commissioned you to work with them. You know what I mean? Like, that's a big deal, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Salute to that, man. That's some real inspirational shit, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just, you know, you keep at something and you just never know what's gonna happen. You just stay positive.
That's a fact.
Keep chipping away. You know what I'm saying? Keep improving and, you know, assessing what's going on and keep moving forward. Eventually you're going to strike gold, you know.
Exactly.
You know, because God definitely pays attention. You know, hard work definitely pays off. So you're doing something positive and productive and within your passion, you know, it's always going to work out.
I'm a firm believer in that too, man. Like, it's all about staying consistent and sticking to it, because you could keep doing something for several years and nothing comes of it, so it looks like. But then all of a sudden you just have that breakout year where everything just starts to just line up for you. So you just got to keep going. Yeah.
If you got something going on, keep at it. I'm gonna keep saying that because that's just the world that I'm living in right now.
Stay focused.
Yeah, stay focused. Thank God I'm focused. You know, and the more I speak that and motivate people from just saying that, you know, it's just a lot of blessings that come from that. So sure, if there's anybody out there that's trying to join the Thank God I'm Focused team, it's a lot of blessings involved when you make yourself a part of this team. You know, if you got some type of talent, hit us up, man. We need some more people for the podcast. You know, we need some more people for the podcast. We got Bars in the building.
What up, Bars?
What's up?
Yeah. We got Bars in the building, but then Bars gonna need her assistant, and then, you know, we're gonna just keep growing, and you know, Bars is on the camera right now. You're gonna hear her in the background. You're gonna see her on the podcast, but she does a lot. You know, she does a lot, and yeah, we need more help. We all do a lot, you know. We all trying to make it happen at the same time, pay these bills, you know. But a lot of blessings come from being a part of Thank God Unfocused. I don't know what it is. It just happens that way, man. God is on our side. But anyway,
shout out to School TV too.
Oh yeah, School TV. Shout out to all the supporters, you know, because it's God, and then, you know, it's also our people, friends, family, and it's a lot of support out there, you know, and one person that has always supported, and we continue to support each other. We got my man Coach Lucas in the building right now, aka Faith First Fitness, aka I feel like you got a few more AKAs. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
AKA the Kid Fitness Guru, AKA the Juice God, AKA
the Juice God.
Just here to be happy, man. Have a great interview. Well, thank God I'm focused.
Nah, this ain't no interview, man.
Salud.
Yeah. Shout out to Coach Lucas. I don't want you to feel like it's an interview.
Okay.
You know, we're just talking. You know, we're having conversation and learning more about what you got going on. You know. But yeah, man, what is going on, man? How'd your money making Monday start off, man?
I'm about like Tastro, man. I started off today with some emails and a little light work, office work, back end work.
Okay.
And just got a little more rest in today. And
must have been working hard.
We're really learning to work hard, but not as hard, and learn to receive and just let some things come to you. So with that being said, some people I intended to call that was on my call list, they called me, and some people reached out to me with contracts, and
nice.
So just learning to let spirit work sometimes and not trying to work so much.
Nah, that's real.
And let it come.
Yeah, that's real. We was talking about it before we started. I used to watch Fresh Prince when I was a kid, and I got to a point where I was just working nonstop. I never watched TV, and I never sat down and watched Netflix unless it was with a female or something.
Netflix and chilling.
Yeah, that's it. I didn't watch any of the shows. People was talking about Power for years before I started watching it.
I ain't seen Power.
I was late to the game too.
I still ain't seen Power.
Either.
Yeah, but I've been taking time to do stuff like that. Watch Power. And,
it's a dope show. Gotta check it out.
Yeah, it's dope as hell. I'm like, damn. I don't want to catch it. I'm not gonna go all the way back and watch it from season one. But a part of me is like, damn, I wish I did watch it because it's cool as hell. But I'm not gonna go back. I'm good with the joint with Tyreek and them, and I just keep going from there.
But see, you'll get a better understanding of what's happening.
I'm about to watch 8 seasons
of what's happening.
Everybody been already exposing it on everywhere you see Facebook.
True,
You're like, nah. But on that end, I've seen when you come from, a lot of us, we come from nothing. So when you come from nothing, then you gotta go to those extreme efforts and work that hard for a minute. You had to go to those extreme efforts to get where you at now. So, it's good to get back some balance into it, but you had to learn that because you got nobody to teach you that when you coming from nothing. So
that's a fact.
That's when you coming from nothing, you gotta put the extreme efforts in. Sometimes you gotta go that way.
Yeah, but as you get older and wiser, you work smarter, not harder. It's like when you used to play ball back in the day with the dude. He was the old school cat. You faster, you quicker, you jump. But he's still whipping your ass.
He's still crushing your ass. He got the fundamentals down pat.
The hook shot.
Yeah,
he's just doing the hook shot. He grabbing your jersey.
It's crushing your ass.
You getting past him, but he grabbing you. He playing dirty. And it's like he playing more strategic, but yeah, that's kind of how you got to do. When you become the OG in real life too, you can't move like you used to, man. You gotta work smarter. You gotta work smarter.
Yeah, gotta get smarter.
Yeah, it's like that energy, and then you start having families and
that risk come. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like the family structure, you gotta take care of your family, you gotta pay the bills.
Balance, you gotta have balance. You gotta be able to manage multiple things at one time.
Yeah,
and so
exactly.
in order to do so, you have to work smarter, or else you're going to be overwhelmed and stressed out.
And that's pretty much where I'm at. Like, I know you already have a family, so you've already figured it out. Like, for me, I just that's part of the reason why I started stepping away from work the way I do, because I want to create just some space in my time, you know, because it's gonna prepare me for when I do have a family. You know, I just want to be able to be more strategic with my time. Like,
Yeah.
Did you learn that at one point, or how did you? Because you're an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah. I think I learned it really. Even, you know, it helped me more working the 9 to 5, and I'm like, man, I'm here all day. When I get home, my kids going to bed, and I don't really see them but dropping them off at school. And so I learned, like, I gotta do something that allows me to have more time with them. So as an entrepreneur, I'm able to have more time because I can carve out my hours, but it does make it a little more of a hassle, because you're able to see them, but you might have that, and when they get out of school, you might have a session or things you have to do when they're out of school, so they may have to tag along, and so they have to be almost a part of the business also when you have them so much, or you may be a single mom, so they might have to come.
That's
so
kind of I think that's actually pretty cool, you know, to bring a child to your business, you know, maybe not all the time because they want to play outside and
exactly.
stuff like that.
So so if you think it's cool, but they like, okay, I'm tired of going to work with you every day now once it gets repetitive. But but on the flip side, they do learn to know business and learn to be inspired by that. But yeah, so it's a healthy balance you have to have in it.
So is there a healthy balance there? Like, cause your son, you know, he seems like he has fun when he's out helping you. Like, so is it like a balance? Maybe you probably experience it way more. Maybe when the cameras come out, he know how to put on. Maybe that's what it is. But when I put that camera on, he's like a star, man. Like
it's a balance. I think he does pretty well. Some events I let him just be a kid and go and just run around and play and do the things as a kid. And then some events I'm like, hey, you need to be over here working the business. We're at work now.
Has he talked about what he wants to be when he grows up?
He's more on the art side.
Okay.
He's more on the I think he may be like an architect or something. He's I have him playing sports because I know what sports does for, you know, just motivation and your work ethic and just give you a different focus in life.
Gotcha.
Because, you know, you might get bored with school quick and you have another motivation. So I just got him playing sports for the work ethic.
Nice.
Not
that's pretty smart.
Be in the league and things like that. So
you recommend parents get their children involved with activities like just so they can stay focused on something?
Yeah, definitely extracurricular activity, because and sports is I suggest mainly, but any extracurricular activity, chess or anything that's outside of education that they can have a focus on, because at a time education may get boring and that other focus will drive them to keep education going.
So how does that work? Like your son, he seems to enjoy all the activities you put him in, but what about the child that doesn't like that stuff? You know, what do you do for them? Like you put your son in football, he's like, man, I don't want to play football.
I think you know try to find their niche in something active. That, you know, you got skating, you got different sports, lacrosse, hockey. You try to find some niche for them to be active, or hiking, or, you know, try to find some niche, because everybody needs to be active. It's a form of self-care and things like that. So you can find this niche somewhere, and just
wait.
listen.
Pause for 1 second.
What you need? You can't hear me?
No, I could, but it just paused. You should speak really slow.
Yeah, and also just listen to the child, you know, have a conversation with them, and just talk about health and wellness, and encourage them to, you know, find their way of being active. And also we got fun programs like Faith First Fitness that takes the least active kid and turns a fun day into a nice healthy workout for them.
Okay,
That's dope.
I'm just thinking Faith First Fitness. I've been a part of the events, and you know, I've seen how you do with the kids, and you know, it's amazing. You know, you have a lot of energy, man. You're an energy guy. You know, do you think your following and the people that have tuned into your brand would recognize you in this element right here? This is a more serious tone. I wouldn't expect you to you know, be like, yeah, I'm Faith First Fitness. We are the Unfocused and Focused.
Yeah. I mean, actually, it's funny. I was on the way over and one of my guys like, man, why you be wearing that? You need to wear the coach stuff. I'm going there after coach. I'm like, well, because I'm not only the coach, man. I'm the founder, and
so this is the professional version.
This is professional. I got employees. I got people I train that work for me. So this is the next level. So I'm the coach and the founder. So I gotta come in here and put on my big boy shirt and come in here a little professional, but.
I like it, man. My boy looking fresh.
Very dapper. Indeed.
Yeah, that's how you got to do it. You know, if you want to represent your business properly, you know, because you're your own representation. You know, if you're an entrepreneur, that's like one of the biggest things. We talked about it in the last podcast, just your presentation. You know, and somebody's gonna see you in this video. They like. That guy means business, you know. But yeah, I got my workout gear on right now. Get fit and focus, you know. So it's all in the same thing. My A&T, I'm repping the Aggies. Aggie Pride, shout out to A&T. Got another Aggie right here too.
You know, Aggie Pride all day, man. Matter of fact, I'm looking forward to G-Ho, yo. Shit, why you bullshitting? I'm looking forward to G-Ho. It's been like 2 years, man.
Have you been to, do you know about G-Ho?
No. I'm enjoying hearing the reminiscing.
So you never even heard of it?
Never.
Yeah, G-Ho, it's our school's homecoming, North Carolina A&T. It's
greatest homecoming on earth.
Yeah, that's what it stands for. The greatest homecoming on earth. You got people from all over coming to Greensboro, alumni, and we got some of the most amazing alumni that have went to the school. And I mean, you got people like Jesse Jackson. I'm not gonna act like I know all the names. You know, Terrence J. He's more familiar, you know, to the younger crowd. But,
yeah.
It's a lot of people. Shoot, Darren Brand. He's usually on Wildin' Out.
Yep.
It's a few other people, but yeah, all these people that I'm naming, except for Jesse Jackson. I mean, he might show up. I don't know, but
man, when he showed up, man, niggas weren't trying to hear him, man. Like he was on the yard and niggas was not trying to hear him, bro.
Yeah, because it's more of like a party time and it's a lot of alcohol. It's a lot of.
He was on the yard trying to give us a speech, man. Niggas was not listening, bro.
Yeah, it's just super lit, you know.
It's like it was like, man, whatever, yo.
Sound like the Spelman Morehouse type thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Every school got a dope homecoming. I feel like. But even people at these schools like Spelman and Morehouse, they know about G-Ho.
Oh, okay.
You know,
y'all the big dog.
Yeah, pretty much. Like it's like a known thing, and it's cool. It's it's usually at the end of October or like that first weekend in November or something like that. If you, I mean, it's for the college kids, but they actually have. I was gonna say maybe that's not really a thing for you. But you could party with the alumni, like the alumni come back. Mm-hmm. But the parties, like the parties, be the people that are still in college. Because I actually had to film. I was there at one point, but I had to go back and film for this promoter. And he was like, "Man, I got all these parties. You know, we gonna have the freshman homecoming. Like, it was the people that's still in school, and this is me now as a 30-year-old grown man, and like." I'm in there filming. I'm like, yo, these kids is wild as hell, man. They was having a blast, but then I had to think like, damn, we was doing the same thing.
Shit. Yep.
But they was, I mean, it's like, get a room, man. You had on the dance in the middle of the dance floor. Like they get pretty crazy, but yeah, you got pretty wide variety. You can do the freshman stuff, but I wouldn't recommend that unless you're trying to hang out with your boy R. Kelly or something.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yo, why?
No, I'm just saying they have the alumni.
Why?
Stuff. They have the alumni events that are real cool, but yeah, G-Ho, greatest homecoming on earth. Shout out to A&T. But yeah, we was talking about that balance. You know, you said that you do this is you in the professional look, you know, and then when you're coaching, you got your gym clothes on and you got your whistle and you got this high energy. Mm-hmm. Is there a party version for you, like, or is that a thing for you? Do you go out and hang out and have a good time? Like, is that something that's balanced into your schedule at all?
I did a lot of partying in the younger days, so I do enjoy the party or to get out and to relax. The turn up, more of a turn up maybe for occasion for a friend's birthday or something.
That makes sense.
I'm more of a relax at the live band or something. Walk in the park, but I will party though, but not every week.
Yeah, that's kind of the vibe that I've been drawn to recently. Like, we was at a spot the other night. They had the live band with the singer.
Yeah.
What side of town was that again?
That was in Snellville.
Yeah, we was in Snellville. But if you're in the city like me, they gotta join that Sweet Lounge on Fridays too. Friday night. I think it's from it's like a happy hour thing. It's probably from like 5 to. Well, 7. It's probably 7 to 12 actually, because they do it right before the club. When the club started, they charging like $40 to get in. You gotta be dressed a certain way, and you know it's crazy. But they got the thing right before that live band. And I'm talking about they had like a marching or like a mini marching band. Like they had like I don't know the names of the instruments, but you usually see them on the field at football games. And they had him in Sweet Lounge going off. The dude was on the table. He was standing on the table. It was dope for adults. Like, it was a turn up for adults. Like, they did the what's the joint? The swag surf. They did the swag surfing, but they did it with the live instruments.
Yeah.
The instruments, man, that joint was going so crazy. But yeah, that's more of a vibe that I would want to turn up in, you know, because we was swag surfing, but you know, we had the grown folks gear on, you know what I'm saying? But the swag, I ain't gonna lie, I can mix it up. I could do the
ratchet.
I could do the ratchet.
Get a little ratchet sometimes, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, gotta have that balance too, man. You can't just be all
uptight.
Yeah, man, uptight. You can't
take your unbutton your shirt a little bit.
Untuck your shirt, unbutton your shirt a little bit. Have a good time. Anybody that know me, you know, when I flip that switch, you know, it's on. But when it's off, it's all the way off. Like, I'm just locked in. But yeah, man. So let's talk more about Faith First Fitness. You've been doing this for a while, since before I met you. You know, you was joking around like, you know, I was motivated by George, but nah, you motivated me. I feel like we motivated each other, but you had your own motivation, which I feel like, you know, that's what really pushes people to that success level, because you know, you can't sit around waiting for motivation from people all the time. You gotta kind of, you know, light that spark, you know, get that spark going yourself. So how did that happen for you? Like, how did you even start doing what you're doing?
I started doing this from just growing up. I wanted to play football. That was my focus. I love football. It's crazy how much I love football. Like, what you gonna be? You grow up? I'm gonna play football. And it's like,
that's it.
Yeah, that's it. They're like, well, you got to do something else, because what if you don't make it? Like, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna play football.
What position?
And so I played running back and linebacker. And So I was like,
so you must have been pretty good because you really, or what were your stats like? Because I want to know, how did you get that mindset? Like, I'm going to the league. You was nasty with it?
Yeah, I was just passionate, really passionate about it. So I enjoyed going to practice. I enjoyed working hard, and I was pretty good. And so and that's just what I look forward to, playing football, going outside to play football, playing for the team, and it's all, you know, I think coming from where I'm coming from, you had limited options of just knowing what to be, you know, when you grow up. So, you know, if you didn't know, I didn't know NFL players, but if you didn't know a lot of doctors and lawyers and people inspiring you to be that, you know, inspired to be something you think you can do, that you're familiar with playing in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I don't know. I got my motivation just from experimenting. Basketball was initially my thing. I was like, man, I'm gonna go to the NBA. But then as I got older and I stopped growing, you know, I seen other people, they kept growing. I stopped at 6'1", and I'm like, you know, I don't know if it's gonna work out how I was saying, because I realized Iverson was 6'1", and I was like, yo, he little as hell on the court.
Yeah.
You know how nice you gotta be to be successful in the league. You gotta be Iverson to pretty much make it to the league at that height. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I'm not Iverson, bro. But
yo, as far as the linebacker and running back position, which one were you more dominant in?
I was more dominant at the linebacker position.
Okay.
But coming up, you know, not knowing any better, you want to be the running back.
Right.
So just knucklehead wise, I want to run the ball.
Right.
And so I was eager to run the ball. They didn't let me run the ball as much as I wanted, but I started linebacker all the time. But I was still eager on. I want to score a touchdown. I want to run the ball. And just, you know, looking back and knowing what you know now, I wouldn't even care much about running the ball, because the defense position as far as politics, you're going to guarantee go to the league if you're a great defensive player versus a great running back. So, and then when I look back, I asked my part while coach, man, how was I, man? Because, you know, like you said, was you good or was you, like, coach, how was I? You know, he was like, man, you was a great linebacker. That was your position. He was linebacker. So, that's what it was, the linebacker position.
I mean, that makes sense, because I've always seen you to be this very passionate person, so I can't imagine you playing the position and just be out there bullshitting or something.
Yeah,
You got any game tape? Can we see some game tape?
You know, unfortunately,
I want to see one of them LT hits.
I wish I may be able to go to Norcross. I always wanted to. I remember watching film and watching me do some great hits.
They probably got it in the archives.
I may have to go, but you know, we back from. It's almost like when technology has advanced so much.
Right.
That just when we was in high school 15, 20 years ago, when we were in high school, that it's like. That technology is like 1970 technology.
Yeah, they probably not even like using that.
You might
even
have it.
Yeah.
It may have been on the DVD. We might have been on the VHS tape back then, or a DVD. You know, or it might have been a video camera with the tape to go to it. Yep. So it's so outdated now.
You could convert all that stuff though.
I hope I can find it. I've been wanting. I'm like, man, I wish I could see this video. So that's the only thing I hate, that we ain't playing the times like now. The kids have so much media and so much things around them that they'll be able to see forever.
But see, now you can film everything now, like any and everything, no matter what it is, it can be filmed now. Back then, it took more effort to get it on film.
Yeah, you had to have a joint on demand.
Yeah.
High quality.
Right.
But we had film though. It's like, because when we look back in those days, it's like, man, we advanced from 1970, but man, we got good film. This is high quality. Yeah. And now I'm looking back at things in 2006, like, man, that thing looked like 1980s. Yeah. So the advancement of technology is really crazy now.
I think the crazy thing to me is, like, you don't really want stuff until you're exposed to it. For us, like when you get the iPhone 7, you know, if there were no other options, you would be happy with that phone.
Yeah.
You know, forever. You know, you'd be good. But it's like they come out with the iPhone 8, and then it got these extra features. It's like, damn, when is it ever gonna stop, man? Because
Apple's smart. I think they don't know. They know iPhone 30 when they made iPhone 7.
Right.
They're like, we know we gonna add a little feature here, and they they got you go. iPhone has the #1 marketing in the world. They just
keep
hitting you with it. Yeah, they give you a little bit and give you a little bit more on each one. And the same thing Android done been gave you. They like, okay, now we can give you split screen.
Yeah, it's like, man, just give us the flying cars and just like unlimited, fast as hell internet and phones with the dope, like the same movie cameras. Just give us those like they just spoon feeding us. Mm-hmm. You know, and for me it's tough because it's like I get a camera and, you know, it's like it easily gets outdated. You know, it's like, yeah, you can use a vintage camera. Like, I'm a Lil Yachty fan, and I've seen a bunch of his videos. Like, he has videos shot with a phone, but then he used to work with somebody. It was like it's kind of a skateboard thing. They use the old like VHS, the big the video cameras, like the handheld joints. They don't usually go for the expensive like DSLRs. But anyway, you know, I'm just speaking on the fact that when these cameras get better, you got to get a better laptop. And then the cameras get even better. Then it's like I've had to get new laptops because the quality is changing and my laptop can't. It's like 8K when 8K becomes a thing, I'm gonna have to get a new laptop. Like, people don't understand that part of the videography, but yeah, the technology is definitely going crazy. But back, we want to keep it faith first fitness right now. What you got going on that you feel like the people need to know about? Like, you got some events coming up. Don't you do a juicing thing? How can people tap into that?
Oh yeah, in partnership with my partner, we have a juicing company.
Okay.
It's called Healing Vibes that we birthed together, and so it's basically teaching you about healing your body holistically through medicines, juicing, or through fruits, and medicinally through fruits and veggies. So okay. Just juicing the fruits and veggies and getting that holistic healing. Yo,
that song, first time I heard that song, I was like, man, this is the dopest song I ever heard. Like, for a company, like, I mean, for kids, you know, if you just look at it from a commercial standpoint, that's how I'm gonna think. You know, I'm like, man, this song is dope. Like, it's very marketable. But then take that all away and just play it in front of some kids, and I feel like the kids are gonna get into it too. You know, like, how did you come up? Can you give them a little snippet? You know the words to the song, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't know if Tastro and Bars heard the song, but it's a dope song. Like, fruits and veggies. Fruits and veggies, fun Freddy.
Yeah, fruits and veggies, fun Freddy. Yeah. Fruits and veggies, fun Freddy. So that song came about as we birthed the company. It was just looking for, that's with the kids fitness company. I was looking for something more to make more interactive with the children, so they can be more inspired to have fun and be fit. So.
Where can they find that song? Because somebody probably heard me singing it or heard us singing it, like, yeah, what the hell are they talking about? But this song is actually dope. This song is dope. How can people tune in and
you can find the song now on YouTube if you search Fruits and Veggies Fun Freddy. But the song is actually goes to our book, so it's actually a yoga flow that you do with the song. That's the actual book.
I just got an idea. The TikTok thing, like the music on the TikTok, I feel like that's a song that could be used for some background music for some type of dance, like a kid dance. Like, allow people to put more positive stuff on TikTok. I think people will have fun with that, and you'll get a lot of streams from putting that song out there. And then every time you post a video of somebody dancing to it, you could say book coming soon, or you could find the book here, and then you out of here.
Yeah, I think you jumping the gun you've been reading our marketing plan a little bit. Out of focus, but nah, yeah. Actually, that's what we have planned. I plan on getting on the TikTok, and you know, it's pretty.
It's a fun song. I would want to see that.
But when they go viral, my thing is, when you go viral, you want to have a product to give them when you go viral. So and have the product ready to sell, because a lot of times when people go viral, the people are ready to buy. So you want to have the product ready, pressed, and ready to present.
And it could be quick. You could get 1 million views in like 2 weeks.
2 weeks,
and then nobody's even thinking about you after that.
Yeah, exactly. You get 1 million views in 2 weeks, and that's 60,000 people that want to buy the book, and you don't have a book ready to press up.
You gotta be ready.
You ain't ready.
If you out there trying to go viral, man, you gotta be ready, man. What happens if you go viral? Your life is in shambles. You ain't got your stuff in order. Your website link is messed up. You know.
You gotta turn that viral into money.
Yeah, let's get those minor details. Not even minor. Let's get those details in order before we go viral. Everybody want to post a viral video. Then you go viral. Then what? Mm-hmm. You just gonna be like posting pictures of yourself at work.
Exactly.
I'm the girl that went viral. I'm on lunch break right now.
Yo, this nigga's stupid.
No, I'm just saying.
But nah, you right though.
Well, yeah, because I remember a female one time was telling me about how many times she, this was before Reels got popular. She was just on Facebook saying how, how many different statuses she's had that's went viral and things like that.
But did she get paid from it?
Yeah, that's why I say, well, how much money did you make off of that? Because, it's viral, but how much money did you make off of that? And at the time she didn't, but she did have she does have a shampoo line that's doing pretty well. So I don't think
she good.
I don't think it came from her going viral.
Right.
It does do pretty well. So
nah, but that's dope. Whenever you get that started, I wanna see how that works out. I think it's gonna go well.
I appreciate that.
So what do they say on the hook again? Fruits and veggies. What now?
Fun Freddy. Fun Freddy is my guy right here. You see on the shirt.
Logo on the
shirt.
Okay. He's our mascot. Our logo. It's a household name that we're bringing to the children just to teach them about holistic healing for their bodies, eating healthy, yoga, meditation, and just to get the kids having fun and learning some things that are encouraging and that are good for them.
Does Fun Freddy do y'all go to different events with Fun Freddy?
Yeah. Fun Freddy doesn't have a physical mascot yet, but he's in the funding of getting one.
Gotcha.
But
that's gonna be dope. I'm looking forward to that.
To school, we're always telling kids about Fun Freddy.
Gotcha.
He's introducing the fruits and things like that, and we work with young demographic and special needs, so they relate to Fun Freddy pretty well.
That's what's up.
Yeah, the whole concept is genius. Like you said, when he gets the mascot.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope.
The mascot with the song with the kids on TikTok.
You gotta do a video for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta do a video for that.
It's gonna go crazy.
Thanks. It's inspiring. You know how people something hit the world and people like, man, I've been working on this for 5 years.
Yeah,
and
that's how it is.
And I'd be like, man, what you mean? You been working on something?
That's
for 5 years?
That's how it works.
And, you know, so here I am with my book and my song. I've been thinking I'm ready to drop it 3 years ago. I was in my head about 3 years ago. Then it took a whole another year to get on paper. And I'm like, I'm ready for the world. And it's like, nah.
That's how it be.
I appreciate the hard work pays off. Even when I started the company, I was like, God, we've been doing this 2 years, man. I'm ready. And then now I'm 8-9 years down, and I'm like, okay, God, I see you. Okay, I wasn't nowhere near ready then.
That comes full circle. That comes full circle with what you were just saying and what Tastro was just saying. It's the work, and then you have to have a follow up. But when it finally does hit, you know what I'm saying, you look back and you've been working on it 6, 7, 8, whatever years.
For example, like, G, you know this for a fact. How long I've been working on my project since I literally came down here to Atlanta. You get what I'm saying? And now stuff is finally coming together like it's supposed to. It's just all about just sticking with what you're doing.
Just gotta stick with it.
Gotta stick with it.
Baby.
Yeah.
That faith, God, like, hey, you gotta show me you want it.
Yeah.
So I know you've done the training when you were I guess this was before Faith First Fitness. You was training adults, or do you still train adults?
Well, yeah, no.
Oh, Faith First Fitness. It was adults from the jump.
When we started off, I was training some adults. Yeah, we were doing some adult training, and then we had a football camp where I kind of made it like a kids combine So I think I was one of the pioneers of that idea. Actually, like to have a kids combine where the kids would come out and do the same drills that they would do at a combine. So we introduced it to them at an early age. So by the time they get to high school or college, they've mastered those drills, and you can come off the street and go have a good combine and get a chance to shot it on the NFL team. And so we started off doing that, and I still was trying to work with adults, but as I realized, the adults wasn't really. They were giving too much pushback. You had to really inspire them to become fit, and it wasn't. They weren't accountable. And
damn, that's crazy.
That's the people I was meeting, and that's just through marketing. And sometimes you get people that you learn that they're not really serious. They want to inquire and they'll start, and then they're not serious. So you just learn through trial and error. Once they put their money down, they might be a little serious. But and then I don't think it was my mission to work with the adults. I think the kids were definitely my niche, and no one was really focused on the kids. And by the time you get an adult, it kind of stuck in them ways. So you want to make a change. Start with the children.
I think when you were training adults, that when y'all had the sessions like a year or so ago, I thought they were real beneficial when we were going on Saturdays. Yeah. Those Saturday workouts that y'all had, I was looking forward to them, bro. You know what I mean? Because I knew that everything that you were telling us, it was going to be beneficial to us as far as what we were doing. The shit hurt, but we pushed through and it felt great afterwards. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy to know that, you get a lot of pushback from adults because it's like they don't want to be held accountable for where they are, and they say they want something, but it's like you're not going to really work towards getting it. So I think it's dope that you're starting off with the youth, because once you put that type of mind state within the youth, it'll follow them when they become adults.
Exactly. And that's our motto, is to start children healthy.
Yeah.
Grow them strong. So, and that's kind of where I started at. I do give props to my elementary school PE teacher. He was a good PE teacher, so I love PE. Go to PE. I was a kickball king. I just love to be active, through having a good PE teacher. So when we talked about asking what I wanted to be when I grew up, my only other option was I would be a PE teacher. They're like, what else you gonna do? Like, well, I'll be a PE teacher. And because I knew that a PE teacher could make the same amount of money as a regular teacher, and I'm just sitting here doing PE. Having fun.
Right.
And little do I know, as I was saying I would be a PE teacher, I was really affirming that as a kid.
Right.
And I grew up to own a PE company. They say what you wanted to be good, but God got a way bigger plan, so now I own a PE company.
That's dope.
But I manifested that as a child, saying that, okay, if I can't play football, I'll be a PE teacher. And I realized that a while ago, like, okay, so what I'm doing with children now is, having them, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that, and saying out where they're going to be. And I realized that it worked for me when I was a kid, because I'm a PE teacher. I own a PE company, and I was saying that since a child.
I think that's dope. When you really understand your passion and you really go after it. A lot of people, they have talents and skills and they don't tap into them. I guess maybe they scared to fail or whatever. But if it's something you're passionate about, then it's really no way you could fail. You just keep learning and getting better, and eventually you hit them 10,000 hours and you'll be an expert. It don't happen overnight, but
nope.
Like you said, 9 years, you figured it out, and now you're seeing a lot of success with your business. It's pretty much the vision you had has come to life, right? Is that pretty much what happened?
Yeah, it's coming to life, but it's life, so you're still going through those trials and tribulations, but you can see it a little more clearly now.
So what's your biggest accomplishment that you're most proud of at this point?
I think my just being consistent for so long. And being consistent with business for so long, writing my own contracts and going in here and just calling down to a place and getting approved for different contracts, and just like I did it, like, oh, it's me. doing this, and really the biggest accomplishment was leaving Mary Max and really being out here fully making all my own money to support my family and invest in my business. So yeah, that's the biggest accomplishment, was leaving corporate America to really be a full-time entrepreneur. And
Nice.
people still be like, so what do you do? I'm like, you follow me on Instagram. This is what I do. They like, so you do this full time? Like, so just to be able to turn that passion into income is the biggest accomplishment.
Inspiring.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that. You know, if you're not clocking in or out, you know, they like, wait, so
How you making money?
yeah, what are you doing? You know, that's more so people, you know, maybe the older generations, you know, the older crowd that's not as into social media, and they may not even follow you or pay attention enough. They may, you know, I don't know, but the younger community, I feel like they understand it a lot more, you know, because it's young cats out there, 17, 18 already working for themselves, and you know, had a plan from high school. You know, it's like, damn, they're ahead of the game these days. So it's more of a thing. But I feel like, from my experience, the only people that still don't understand that is, I don't know, what age does it start? Maybe about 60.
Yeah.
60 and up. Would you agree with that? 60 and up, they like, what are you doing? They first finished.
Well, no, I actually was getting it from like,
you got insurance with that, boy?
Like people even in even our age range, because they just see you as like being a coach, or you know, out here just training kids. I even had people come to my session and ask me to train their kids, and they leave and didn't pay me. So you know, they didn't think it was a business, or I don't know if they just thought, you know, it was a lot of just community volunteering. So people like that, just they don't see a revenue or see that you can, you know, make money off of it, which you really. That's why I said I stopped working with adults, because the consistency. So I started doing the contracts and getting more corporate things to help out, because the consistency in the community isn't there to keep the balance in the funds and everything to pay your bills.
So is that the reason why people feel the need to flex on other people? Is like, you know, they don't see the money, you know, but say you pulled up to the practice with the Bentley, you know, you think they would leave your session without paying at that point?
That's a good question, because I people respect money a little more too. So
like,
it's
if you pulled up to the session and you pulled off your change, like, hold on, let me get change real quick. You get your change to your assistant, you know, hit the joint, hit the alarm on the Bentley. I don't think they're gonna leave like that.
Yeah, you think they're gonna pay, right?
They definitely will. Yeah, I believe
they're gonna
they
pay
would.
to see because you've made it to that point. So it's like you paying because of who I am, and you want to be around the energy and think that you can receive more because of the status that I got.
Yeah.
But a lot of times when people don't pay, they might have not. She might have just couldn't. She could afford it, but she's not budgeting, so they didn't think they could afford it, or they trying to hold on to that last dollar for something else versus, you know, investing in my child. So that's why I did start the nonprofit, so we can give opportunity to children like that who parents can't afford it or think they can't afford it, and
that's dope.
They don't miss out on the opportunity. I mentor a lot of kids that missed out on opportunity to play sports or to be in a different program because their parents didn't have the money or their parents couldn't take them when the parents started and then stopped going, and that had a huge effect on the child mentally because they didn't have that outlet and they wanted to be able to do that, and they never were able to do it because of mom's finances and things like that.
That's dope how you giving back to the community like that, man.
Yeah.
We need more people like that, and that's why, you know, like I was saying, we've been supporting each other. We've had you on the podcast before, then, you know, we did the thing on a Focus interview, and, you know, I feel like probably some other stuff, you know, this guy's gonna be big. You know, he's gonna be big. He's already big. You know, because that's success. You know, it's a lot of business owners that's just taking care of their family and putting food on the table and got a roof over their head and they make an honest day's living. You know, and then they just do it again. You know, but you're bigger than that. You know, it's like Fun Freddy, you know, when the song get put out and, you know, the books and the websites and, you know, just the products and the services mixed together, you know, it's going to be on as a nonprofit, can you be a billionaire?
Yeah, I mean, you know, Fun Freddy is a for-profit, but you can, you know.
People going to be showing up in front of your mansion with signs like
billionaire.
That's Black Lives Matter.
That's a good question.
I thought you was a non-profit, man.
The Fun Freddy Fitness Factory, like Willy Wonka.
Yeah. So I'm glad that's really inspirational, that you're saying that. And as I sit here and do the podcast, I actually was in my head thinking like, man, I'm thankful to do the podcast and do these things with you because it is preparation for the next level. Just being able to learn speaking and just critiquing different things. So you're always appreciative for the steps that you're taking. Even back to Mary Max, I appreciate Mary Max for, you know, he was able to speak on different platforms there and learn. So I'm always learning. I read a book that said, you know, appreciate your job because they didn't ask you to come work there. You know, you asked to work for them. They didn't tell you, hey, George, come work for us. You know,
yeah, people forget that real quick.
You went and applied for that job. So you go on that job and you bust your ass until, you know, you want to go to the next level, or the job will take you to the next level. Like you and I, you met different people there to take you to the next level or the next career because you bust your ass there. You put 100% effort helping somebody else out. And I've kind of discovered that working at Mary Max, which was kind of one of my first jobs that I stayed at for a while. But it was definitely a good learning experience to respect what you do it to the fullest, and that'll take you to the next level of where you want to go.
That's what I wanted you to circle back on, the steps. You said, before Mary Max, like your kind of like your life up until Mary Max, and then afterwards.
Okay. Well, up until Mary Max, I guess we'll have to go back until what happened. You was gonna go to NFL, so you know what happened. You didn't go, and so what happened was during high school, I didn't have the biggest support system from my father, and so I kind of crossed him out once we got to high school. But it was kind of a hindrance because I was getting in a little trouble, and I kind of quit playing football for like a couple games, which I never was a quitter, never would have done that. But I didn't have the support there to say, hey, what are you doing, boy? You better get your butt back out there. What's going on? And kind of if you didn't have a huge support system, especially like a dad or something, then the coaches sometimes, if he has another kid that has a good dad and they become cool, then they're going to give him a little more playing time over you because just politically they're like, he's got a dad and they're cool, so he's gonna do for that kid because the dad's present. And so I kind of got sucked in and didn't go straight to college out of high school, and I ended up getting in a car wreck. I started back going to the gym, and I was ready to go to college, and I got into a car wreck that I broke my hip and pelvis. I was in a coma for about 5 days, medically induced coma. Had to get 2 surgeries on my hip and pelvis, and as soon as I woke up out of the coma, I said, hey, doc, I'm going to be able to play football? He's like, I don't know. You know, you asked me that right now. You have to, you know.
That was the first thing you asked him?
First thing, I don't want to play football. You know, even though I hadn't been able to go straight to college after high school, I was still like, man, I'm going to go play football. And so I just got back in the gym, started back playing football, and had that accident. I fell asleep driving. Had an accident.
Damn.
And doc was like, I don't know. And through the recovery, I didn't go to therapy. It was like $400, $500 a session. So I didn't have time for therapy. I have the money because I'm out of work with the injury.
Yeah.
And I kind of rehabilitated myself just knowing about the body from working out. And I was hindered from my sports, and I was like, what am I gonna do? And that's how I came up with Faith First Fitness. Like, I'm gonna start doing football camps and doing stuff for the children, and that's kind of where we started at right then. Cause I knew football for me was over. I played flag football one time, and somebody stepped on my toe and would kind of jank my hip. I said, oh yeah, my football days are over. It was kind of emotional though. I went to a high school game and I had to dry my eye because I was like, man, I missed this, and I can't play again.
Damn.
So yeah, it was really kind of emotional. But I'm 35 now. I'm over that. So that's kind of where Faith First was birthed at, and so it's inspiring. I started just doing work in the community free camps, $20 camps at first, $20 for 5 days a week. And I was, had some parents committed, and I still had trouble with parents.
My boy be giving back for real.
Committing to $20 5 days a week. And so I then continued to do free camps and do free things for the community, Easter egg hunts. And then my grandma was like, hey, man, are those people paying you? I'm like, no. She's like, you're going to have to get yourself a job. And so I was like, nah, grandma, we going to work it out. And so then I ended up getting a job. So that's how I ended up at Mary Max. I got a job. And now, like I said, we transitioned out of there. And grandma, she used to, after I left Mary Mac, she would send me, job openings and, job ideas for a while. I was like, grandma, I got a job. This is Faith First Fitness. I'm going to work this business. And now she's like, she doesn't send me job referrals no more. She believes now. She knows I got contracts, and she knows, like, okay, you did it.
Word.
So that's kind of feels good also.
That's dope. Congratulations on all the success that you have with your business. Where can people find you if it's a parent out there that wants to enroll one of their kids, or an adult that wants to get in shape, or how do they find out about the juice event? Tell me where to find you.
Well, you can find me. The events that we're having, free classes are sponsored by Atlanta Beltline and Lululemon. So you can go on to their page.
Some big sponsors right there.
Yeah, that's some big sponsors. We definitely appreciate that sponsorship.
You talked about the biggest success that you've had, and you said just being able to sustain yourself as an entrepreneur. That sounds pretty big right there. I mean, yeah, of course that, but you pretty much rubbing shoulders with the Atlanta Beltline and the clothing line. I've seen it. They got a store. What's the name of it?
Yeah, Lululemon.
Lululemon. I've been in there. This stuff is expensive. That's why I know it's big. They got some nice stuff, but I go in there. I've been in there several times, and I'm like, nah.
It's a clothing store?
Yeah, it's like fitness,
gear,
athletic apparel.
Got you.
And I'm like, man, I'm not there yet, man. I shop at Dick's Sporting Goods, and Dick's Sporting Goods got some decent prices, but that spot, yeah, that's why I'm like, damn, that's big.
It was big.
Got them backing you?
Actually, it's funny you say that because they sponsored us, and we were able to go in there and get some fitness gear and some apparel
for free.
Sponsored through them, so we got in there.
Wow, that's huge.
It definitely felt good to be sponsored, and like, hey man, we're going in there. I'm like, whoa, this girdle is $132. So,
jeez.
But the fabric feels good. Just to back Lululemon up, the fabric definitely feels good. So you put it on, you feel good. It's like,
yeah.
And I put it on. I want to run inside the store and start exercising right away. So the fabric does feel good. It's one of those companies that you can say, okay, I feel good for the money I spent.
Yeah, that's like you was talking about being an athlete. That's something that athletes have happened to them. Like LeBron's wearing Nike. He got free Nike for life. Just to put this in the atmosphere, we're gonna be sponsored by Lululemon a little more. It's just manifesting that we're gonna be the first kids line to bring Fun Freddy to Lululemon. I ain't seen any kids wear, so we're gonna Lululemon, you out there? We let you know. Let's put it on the board.
Manifestation.
God, Unfocused.
Manifestation.
So yes, you can.
That would be lit.
You can find me on FFFkids.com, which is powered by Thank God Unfocused. And so that's where we're at.
Yes, sir. And then the Instagram.
The Instagram is Faith First Fitness, where you'll see a lot of our lot more content, lot more visuals of what we have going on with the toddlers, the special need children. That's where you get to see all this energy that he's speaking of. And right now I'm in my professional state, but if you want to see more of that energy, more of that love that the children are showing, the passion, those precious moments, then you can catch out some good content at Faith First Fitness on Instagram.
And Facebook, right?
Yeah, and Facebook. Facebook is Faith First Fitness Camp.
Okay. Word. Well, that's dope, man. Tastro, man, what's good, man? You got anything you want to put out there to the masses?
Nah, man. Just the same old regular, man. Stay focused out here. Stay alert. Stay alive. Much love to y'all. Much love to the supporters as far as the Thank God I'm Focused, as far as the Unfocused and Focused podcast. A lot of shit is coming. We got a lot of shit that we're brewing up. We got a lot of stuff coming. We appreciate all the support. I'm excited to be a part of this entity. Much love to y'all. That's all I really got to say, yo.
Word. Yeah, this is officially the end of the podcast. My girl's at the door. I just got the message. I was trying to mouth it to bars, but it's all good. This
is real. Raw, uncut.
Yeah, raw and uncut. But yeah, man, this was a dope episode. This is the Unfocused and Focused podcast. Make sure you tap in with Faith First Fitness. Tastro, he has the video on YouTube right now for free. Make sure you check that out. And yeah, Thank God I'm Focused. ThankGodI'mFocused.com. Thank God I'm Focused. Instagram, and my Instagram is 1080G. But I honestly want people that's listening to tap into. We're gonna create an Instagram for this podcast, the Unfocused and Focused podcast. We may need your help with a name. We may come up with one, but yeah, what do you? Should it just be the Unfocused and Focused podcast? That's a long Instagram name. Because we've been posting it to the Thank God I'm Focused page, Tastro, my page, but we doing it different now.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
What's that?
The UNF. The U and F podcast. So the Unfocused and Focused podcast.
Yeah.
Just for the Instagram.
Right.
But the letter U, the letter N.
No, the
and.
word
And
F.
okay.
Podcast.
Okay. I'm cool with that. I actually have a logo already made out that's just the letters. So I could probably utilize that now. So yeah, there we have it. I didn't think that was going to be a tough process. The UNF podcast. Follow us on Instagram. By the time this episode comes out, we're going to have content and logos and all that. Yeah. Y'all getting it raw and uncut. But yeah, we out of here. The Unfocused and Focused podcast.
Peace.